Hey guys, welcome to Fico's Gaming Mind. I'm Fico, and it's going back a little bit to memory lane from a year ago, isn't it? Now, I already gave a impressions video about Bioshock Infinite, but I think it fares to mention again and talk about it a little more because I just finished it, and let me tell you guys, my jaw could not close. And I think it was like about when those credits were rolling, I think my jaw was left wide open through half of them, and it was so I'll talk a lot about the actual game in more detail with on the impressions video, but overall, I think amazing doesn't even come close to describe Bioshock Infinite. It doesn't, not even close. It's just amazing. Amazing may actually be the perfect word to describe it, but I think it deserves more words than amazing. It deserves incredible, unforgettable. It deserves artistic words that, they create to describe things like the Mona Lisa and wonders. This is a monument of gaming awesomeness that I have no idea if many people have had the opportunity to experience. But let me tell you guys, it is without a shadow of a doubt probably one of the best games I have ever played. Well, I'll describe a little bit about it. Bioshock Infinite basically puts you in the role of Booker DeWitt. You are being sent to Colombia. Now, from the beginning, it's established that Booker's been a gambling problem, so he has to repay some kind of debt. And they're asking him to go to Colombia and retrieve this girl called Elizabeth. And that's the girl that you've seen from the trailers, and she's basically integral to the plot. I mean, this girl is super important, and you get sent up to Colombia, and you see Colombia, and this is an amazing world. It's like a city that was constructed in the clouds, and apparently from there you've been identified as something called the false prophet, and then all of a sudden now you are being pursued. And now things get a little bit more challenging in order to find Elizabeth. The antagonist his name is Comstock, Father Reverend Comstock. I would have to say Andrew Ryan might have actually met his match. I think between Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite, I don't think I have been twisted around so much in regards to the developments. Because when I'm not going to talk about that amazing, breathtaking, jaw-dropping ending to this amazing, jaw-dropping game. But it's amazing. Just utterly amazing. Similarly to Bioshock, you can use powers such as like gene tonics. These are called vigors. You basically you could use up to 2 weapons at a time, swap them out if you want. You can also swap out the vigors. You can actually found out from the video, before the video, I found out later on that you can actually have them equipped 2 at a time. So you can hit Q, in my case in the PC, you could swap them out. You can upgrade your powers, weapons. You can upgrade your vigors when in the Vigor Vici shops. You can use the a cavalry. I forgot the name of the actual thing that you buy the upgrades from. One thing I did forget to mention in the videos is that you could actually find clothes items that give you buffs and give you the sort of like it changes your abilities, it spreads them out. You can get a little bit of salts back. That's the meter that you use for the vigors, and you can basically get upgrades within itself to your stats. You also get this sort of like neutronic field, or it's they say it what it is, but pretty much it's like an overshield, in which you basically, it's like a shield barrier. If it goes down, all you've got is your health, but if you let it heal up a little bit, that's pretty cool. That kind of makes it better than the having to keep looking for health packs and using them all up, because let's face it, everybody did. And you got the hook shot that you could travel on the rail system and hang on shots, and you can dive bomb to kill enemies. It's really all awesome. But Elizabeth also, she's very useful, because she can summon what's known as rips, and she could summon everything from gun turrets, from rocket turrets. She could summon the mechanical soldiers. She could summon decoys, cover, hooks, freight hooks to you, so you can hook up and do upward attacks. And this ripping ability is also part of the main plot, and I am not going to talk about it too much now. The graphics and the sound, I don't think I have to get into any detail, but I would just like to commend everyone that worked on this game, because I mean, everything that this game did in regards to just making it feel like you're playing Bioshock, making it feel like you're not playing Bioshock. You're playing not Bioshock, you're playing Bioshock Infinite, and they both feel incredibly apart from each other, but at the same time, when you play it, you sort of get this feeling that you're playing this game again. It's really great. I mean, I didn't feel, I don't think really great even matches what I feel. I feel like when I beat Deus Ex 1 on PC for the first time, I feel the same as though when I beat The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, when I beat Gears of War 1 for the first time, when I finished reading this, Watchmen, I felt just that I just got done through reading and playing something that was just completely breathtaking in itself. And I do recall people about complaining about the save system. And yes, you're right. This game doesn't have a save system, but once you get used to going to those locations where the profile will save, you just gotta look out to that. And before you leave the game, make sure you check the time code that it matches so that you don't lose the progress that you've done. So you want to make sure of that. But let me get back with you guys with this ending. I'm not going to spoil it, and the reason that I'm wearing the N7 shirt was that around this time I remember talking also about Mass Effect 3 and about its ending, the first iteration before the extended cut was released, when the rage of this ending that they got was like the fans were insulted by this ending. But let me tell you something about Bioshock Infinite's ending. I'm not going to spoil anything at all, so don't worry, because spoiling this is a crime. People that are spoiling this ending are criminals because you cannot rob them off of this. What I would recommend for everyone that hasn't played these games is do not see any videos on YouTube. Don't go to any articles. Don't do anything that talks about this game, because you might stumble upon people that will ruin the ending. I'm not going to ruin the ending here, but I think the ending in itself might actually be its own video. I know IGN has done an extensive coverage of about 20-something minutes worth of talking in regards to the ending. I don't know why they would do that, but whatever. That's, I guess that's what the fans want to watch, or what they think the fans want to watch, but I wouldn't go there either. This ending, I wouldn't say it's like the last like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm talking about like within like the last hour of this game. Your jaw is just, and then it keeps opening for these things that happen in this game, and this just makes everything else that you've done just kind of shift to like another direction, to a point where you realize it makes sense, but at the same time your brain is gone completely nuts because you're trying to make sense of it all, and then once you're catching up, you're trying to understand everything that is happening, and then all of a sudden that game fades to black and you get done for the credits, which you should. And then, wow, it ends, and then all of a sudden you're left with this feeling that you've just been taken for a ride, and it's sort of ended like you've just gone through 8 earthquakes of emotion. It really is this intense, just well written, well acted, well put together conclusion to what I could describe in my, I would, godlike. That's what Bioshock Infinite is. It's godlike. That's the word. Now, of course, I would give it a rating if I were a professional ratings person, but I would give this game, giving it a 5 out of 5 is definitively easy. It's easy. It doesn't even deserve to be, you know, thought about. But I think because this game deserves to be mounted in a wall in a place where it will be preserved for history, to remember this game, I think what I will do is I'm going to create my own Hall of Fame and mark this entry as the first 6 out of 5. In my opinion, this game is perfect. And I don't want to hear about no game is perfect. No game is perfect. No. See, this game deserves to be played by everyone. Everyone deserves to know about Bioshock Infinite. Everyone deserves to play this game. Everyone should play this game. Everyone needs to play this game. And if you do not own this game, own it and play it now. Play this game now. But that's, I think, pretty much everything I'm going to say about Bioshock Infinite, because, you know, representing, doing this YouTube thing since last year, definitely been great, and I have this year has been just mind-blowingly mystifying for me. I mean, first Tomb Raider and now this. Bioshock Infinite, last but not least, definitely is going to win Game of the Year. No question about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Bioshock Infinite, Game of the Year. Give it now, and nobody gets hurt. But, before I put this video down, subscribe if you or give it a like at least if you liked it. But I like to say that I think I remember some time ago that Roger Ebert said that that video games are not art. And I remember that back then that the fans raged on him. Then I remember that he posted that he retook back what he said. I think the reason he said that was because since he's into movies, so passionate into movies, he was so passionate about them, I think he was sort of blindsided by the fandom that he had towards them. And I learned that he died a few days ago. And I was really sad because, he was a wonderful person. You can tell that he loved the movies when you heard him, talk about them with Gene Siskel. Let me tell you something. If he was still alive and he was still going on about how games are not art, let me tell you something. This game, if someone had showed it to him, and someone had given him a run through little by little, if Ken Levine went up to him, he showed him his game, and he showed him the story elements that led to one right after the other, and he showed him that ending, I think he would have gone straight to his computer and wrote a 100-page apology to all gamers about how wrong he was and about how he found a game that is beyond art. That is amazing, almost indescribable with words. Anyway, guys, have a good day. Rest in peace, Roger, and you and June. You guys are up there in heaven. Get yourselves a copy of Bioshock Infinite. You will be talking about it for all eternity. Swear to God.